We've come to Napa where we try to organize this event to work with private sector players from Silicon Valley and people who had that Silicon Valley mindset to look at how can we use technology and investments in technology-driven businesses to really address some of the issues of the world in developing markets. Our broader mission really is about not just finding cool technologies and looking into how to address global problems, but really, taking it one step further. How do you crowd in the private sector into that? And Silicon Valley is a key actor and key player in that, in identifying technologies and developing new technologies and looking what's the best of breed in areas that we care about. And these areas include access to energy, access to health, access to education, financial inclusion. So key issues, key problems that we believe we can address by using smart technologies. As for other DFIs, we continue to work closely with them. I mentioned the financial value chain where we need, when companies grow, and even if they're very successful, they need further financing. And it's not venture capital. It is debt financing, mezzanine financing, and different products which not just IFC offers, but other DFIs offer. And so we do that. We are seeing semblances of other DFIs now also developing their own venture operations, and I'm very encouraged by that. So we see a role in that. But equally important, we see a role in continuing to bridge out and work with the private sector. All our deals we do on the venture side are co-investments with private sector VCs, either out of the Valley or local venture capitalists in their respective regions. And we continue to reach out more as to what can we do more with you, and how can we learn more from the private sector. So I think, to your point, there is there a limitation on venture? Absolutely, because there's a limitation on dollars. But as a catalyst, as an initiator of taking risk into areas that are unknown, is absolutely critical, not just for Silicon Valley, but even more so for developing markets. The initial reaction often is like, well, IFC, World Bank, you guys are, we believe in your agenda, but you're not aligned with us. We're here to make a buck, but you guys are willing to not make a buck and still make the investments. That's actually not the case. We're clearly operating with a double or triple bottom line. We are driven by sustainable investments. That includes sustainable investments means that we need to have financial returns. We are driven by investing alongside private sector partners in which we are aligned with. So by definition, we want to be aligned with their return expectation and return horizon. But moreover, I think the private sector may not realize that much of the investment they make actually are developmental oriented. And we're here to actually help on that, as well as use some of our other instruments and financial instruments and partnerships through the World Bank Group, where we can actually initially prepare investments that would be suitable for venture capital down the road.